tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to create a custom zipper pull with your name on it. All right, and we're going to do this rather quickly because at this point you should have a little bit of experience with OnShp. So, the areas where we're kind of repeating basic skills that you already know, we're going to go quick. And the areas where we're doing stuff that maybe you haven't done before, we'll try to slow it down a little bit. All right, so if you want to take a screenshot of this so you can get all these dimensions, all right, you can. Otherwise, I'm just going to walk through it. So if you need to, pause the video, take a screenshot so you have reference dimensions. And here we go. So here's our zipper pull. So we're going to start by going up here and we're going to create a new document. I'm going to call it zipper pull. In my case, I'm doing a demo, so I'm calling it the zipper pull demo. All right, I'm going to save this to my home folder because it's owned by me. And hit create. I'm going to select my top plane to begin with, and I'm going to right click and create a new sketch. I'm going to turn off my reference planes just to try to minimize a little bit of confusion. And then I'm going to right click and I'm going to view normal to my sketch plane. Again, I'm working with a mouse here. I strongly recommend you do the same. Now I'm going to go up to my corner rectangle tool. I'm going to start at the origin and I'm just going to click and move my mouse up and to the right. I'm not clicking and dragging, just click and then move up and to the right and click again. I don't care what these dimensions are at the moment because I'm going to key in what I want. And what I want is 2.5 inches, okay, by 0.75 inches. And there we go. I got my rectangle. So now I'm going to do is I'm going to green check my sketch number 1 and I'll select that. You'll know it's selected because it turns orange. I'm going to go up to my extrude option and I'm going to extrude this. It's going to be a new extrusion and my thickness is going to be 3/16 of an inch or 0.1875. Okay. In most cases, this will end up rounding up to 0.188 or truncating to 3 decimal places, which is fine. So now if I put this into isometric by grabbing this rotation cube over here and going to isometric, you can see I now have a solid form. So the next thing I want to do is I want to round over the outside corners. And to do that, I'm going to use my fillet tool. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to my fillet tool. You'll notice I don't have to do a sketch to do this. All right, I can just go in here and tell it where I want to round over my corners. All right, so I'll zoom out a little bit. Okay, click and I'm going to use my rotation cube to rotate this around and grab this back one. All right, come on back. So I have all of those now, and I'm going to set my radius to 0.125, which is 1/8 of an inch. Now that that's done, I can green check. So notice I didn't have to do a sketch to make those fillets. There is something called a sketch fillet, but oftentimes you're better off defining your fillets as a feature as opposed to defining them inside of a sketch. So the next thing we want to do is we want to chamfer the top and bottom edges. So a chamfer is, another word for a chamfer would be a bevel. All right, so in this case, I want to chamfer the top and I want to chamfer the bottom. So I'm just grabbing those two. Now the size of my chamfer is going to be a 50 thousandths, so 0.050 is 50 thousandths of an inch. Okay. And then I'm going to green check. All right. So I realized that was kind of fast, but again, if you're not sure on any of these dimensions, if you're not sure what you put in, you can always just double click and get right back into it. So you can see that I selected all 4 of my outside corners, the vertical corners, and I changed those to a radius of 0.125. If I go on my chamfer, double click, I chose the top and bottom surface, and I set that distance to 0.050, or in this case, it shortens out the last 0, which is fine. And it has a default angle of 45 degrees. All right, that's going to make it easier to pull it up off the bed when we 3D print it. Okay. So now that that's done, I want to go to my top surface here, and I'm going to select that, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to create a new sketch. All right, I'll right click again in the white space and view normal to sketch plane. So now what I want to do is on my top surface, I want to create a pocket. So to do that, instead of drawing another rectangle with filleted corners, I'm going to use my offset tool. So if I come up here to my offset tool, okay, you can also use the letter O. Okay. I can grab the outside edge and work my way around. And what it will do is it will give me a shape that is stepped either in or out, depending on which way I click this arrow, by whatever set distance I want. In this case, I want a set distance of thousandths of an inch or 0.100. So now that that's done, you'll see that I'm missing this corner here. So make sure I grab that one. There we go. And now if I click on this arrow, it will flip my offset. So initially it was offsetting in, now it's offsetting out. So if yours is offsetting out, click on this arrow and it will flip it. So it's offsetting in. So now I'm going to green check on that. And with that selected, okay, so I'll move my mouse over here, select um, this shape. I'm going to go to extrude, but in this case, I'm going to use remove. If you don't see remove, make sure you're in solid mode. Everything we're doing is in solid mode. We're not using surfaces or thins. So if you're in solid mode, you want to go to remove, and that's going to allow us to use this to punch down a shape. And in this case, we're going to punch down 60 thousandths of an inch or 0.060. And you'll see that gives us a pocket on the inside of this. All right. Why would we want a pocket? Why would we want a rim like this? Well, the rim protects whatever text is on the inside of this. So long as the rim is a little bit higher than the extrusion of the text, and you'll see that in a minute, all right, it will protect it from getting scratched up, scraped up as you drag along different surfaces. All right, it is a zipper pull after all. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this edge right here. So this is the same surface I just did my last sketch on. All right, so this is my top edge here. I'm going to select that. I'm going to right click and I'm going to create a new sketch. So this is another sketch. I'm going to right click, view normal to sketch plane, nothing new. All right. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my circle tool by center point, and I'm going to come over here till I mouse over the midpoint of one of these segments. See how it'll snap to the middle of that segment? All right. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to click down. I don't want to click down on that midpoint. I just want to make sure that I have my smart guides keeping me horizontal to that point. So I'm just going to drag out a circle, click down and drop it, and then I'm going to key in my dimension. So the dimension for this circle is 3/16, so 0.1875. And now what I want to do, I have the size of my circle located, and it is horizontal to that midpoint, but its distance from the end of this isn't declared, so it could be anywhere along that horizontal line. So what I want to do is go to my dimension tool here. You can use the letter D key. So from the outside midpoint to the center of this is going to be 3/16 of an inch, 0.1875. Okay, and what you're going to notice is this is going to cut into this edge just a little bit, and I'm okay with that. All right. So now I'm going to green check. I've got my circle here, and I'm going to go to my extrude. I'm going to remove, and in this case, I want it to just go through everything. So I don't want to put in a distance. I just want it to punch through all. All right. Now, you'll notice when I selected this, all right, I didn't get the whole circle. I got this portion of the circle because it's cut off here. So you could decide whether or not you want to come back here to your faces and regions to extrude, whether you want to just do this and leave it flat here, or if you want to grab this little bit here and have it punch through everything. All right. Okay. So now I have that hole going through where I can put a ring or a string or some other way of attaching this to a zipper. So the last thing I need to do here is I need to come into the bottom of my pocket and I need to add the text. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to do a new sketch. I'm going to view normal to sketch. All right. I'm going to go to my text box and I'm going to click and drag out a text box. Okay. You'll notice that I'm leaving myself a little bit of a margin all the way around. Okay. Um, so for me, I'm going to put in my name and I'm going to use my text box to make sure it fits in there. All right. So I'm going to green check. You'll see that that's mighty long. All right, and I don't want it to be that long. So what I can do is I can come over here to my dimension tool and I can select this and I can tell it that I want this to be 2 inches. And what that will do is then scale my text. At this point, I want to move it around. So I'm going to get out of my dimension tool and see if I can grab the middle of this. So if I grab the middle of this, you'll see it's like snapping to the bottom here. I want to be able to move it up a little bit. So let's see what's going on here. Let's see if I can't grab the bottom of this. There we go. So if I grab that bottom, I'm able to move this up. And what I'm trying to do is basically just kind of center this in the free space between here and here. All right, and 2 inches gives me about 1/8 of an inch distance on either end. Okay. If you want to eyeball it, you can eyeball it. If you want to use the dimensioning tool, right, I can come over here, grab my dimension tool, go between those two surfaces, and tell it that I want that to be, let's try 60 thou, 0.06, and then 1/16 of an inch. Okay, so 60 thou looks good. Again, those two spaces combined is about 1/8 of an inch. So now I'm going to green check. I'm going to take that sketch by selecting it over here in the design tree, and I'm going to extrude it. But in this case, I'm going to add, all right, and I don't want it to come up an inch. I also don't want it to come up past the height of this. So when I cut this, we cut this at 60 thou. I want my text to come up to 50 thousandths of an inch or 0.050. Okay, as a result now, you could see my text does not stand taller than that edge. So it has just a little bit of space. So I'll put this into isometric view and you can see that's all done. So the last thing I need to do now is I need to come over here to my part in the design tree, right click, and I need to export it. And the file type that you're going to export this as is called a step file. And what I need from you is I need 3 things. I need the year, I need your name, okay? If you want to do just your last name, that's fine. Okay? And then I need what it is. So this is a zipper pull. And then that will download to your computer, at which point you can ask me and I'll tell you where I want you to load it up in Google Classroom so that I can send them to the printer for you. All right, good luck.